Hello and welcome. Today, we begin a tutorial series on the HTD system, exploring all its sections. We'll start by looking at the available packages and accompanying features. Then, we'll dive into a detailed walkthrough of the admin control panel, how to use it, how to connect the API, how the pricing system works, and answers to many frequently asked questions. Let's begin. What is the HTD system? HTD is a system designed for selling services, not physical products. What types of services can be sold on the HTD store? With HTD, you can sell a wide range of digital services, from balance top-ups and software activations to purchasing activation keys and other popular online services. Do we provide the services directly? No. HTD provides an empty store, leaving service sourcing to the customer. However, we can offer helpful suggestions for service providers. What are the types of services available in HTD? Services are divided into three categories. 1. Manual services. Example, mobile balance top-ups. Here, the admin sets up a service with required input fields. For instance, the customer provides their phone number and the admin manually fulfills the request using external resources to complete the balance top-up. 2. Code-based services. Example, Google Play activation codes. This service type requires no input fields. The service is automatically fulfilled by sending a code directly to the customer without external intervention. 3. API-based or external services. Example, game credit top-ups. In this case, the admin partners with service providers like HTD, DHRU, or ZDDK, detailed later. The admin receives an API key or access token to integrate their system with the provider's system. Services are then pulled directly from the provider, and pricing is set by the admin. Everything is automated without manual interaction. Explaining the package section. In this section, you'll find buttons to visit the website and the control panel. We'll explain these later. Below, you'll see the available packages with their respective features. 1. Bronze package. This package includes only a website and is the most popular option. The price is $150 per year. Note, hosting costs $129 and is a mandatory requirement due to code-sharing limitations. Domain purchase is optional. Clients can use their own domain and redirect it to our servers for custom store setup. 2. Gold package. In addition to the bronze package features, this package includes Android and iOS applications. The price is $450 plus the cost of hosting, domain, and app publishing fees on the stores. 3. Platinum package. This package includes all previous features plus WhatsApp integration for notifications, social media login setup, reCAPTCHA for login security, a firewall for enhanced security, custom logo and banner design for the store. 4th Enterprise package. A fully customized package tailored to any additional or specific requirements for your system. Admin Control Panel Overview. The control panel includes the following sections: pending operations, financial statistics, general statistics, graphical representation of daily service requests categorized as successful, rejected, or pending. Additional visual graphs for orders and services statistics. User section. This is one of the largest sections in the system. Here you can view user information, Search for any user. Apply filters by time or specific columns. Delete users directly. Sort users by any column. Perform bulk actions such as deleting or exporting user data. Trash section contains all deleted users, with an option to restore users from the trash. Create new user section. Here, you fill in user information. Assign a pricing group, upload a profile picture, and set user permissions. User permissions include Owner grants access to the current control panel. Customer, the default permission for all users, allowing them to log into their accounts. API access allows users to connect APIs from their accounts to external systems. Money transfer enables sending and receiving funds between users within the same system. Document access grants access to API documentation, to be added later. Note: all users must have customer permissions to log in. Multiple permissions can be assigned to a single user. Price groups. These determine the service prices displayed to users. By default, all users are assigned to the global price group, which applies a 10% increase on product cost price. You can create or edit price groups from the Price Group section. It can be applied as increase or decrease, percentage or fixed value. The adjustment can be applied to cost price, selling price, or earning, where earning is the sell price minus cost price. Edit User section. In this section, you can view devices used for logging in. Deleting a device logs the user out from that specific device. User orders displays the user's service orders. Balance movements includes balance additions, withdrawals, or purchases. User payments contains payments made via bank transfers or other methods. These are manually verified by the admin. Once approved, the user's balance is automatically updated and the transaction is recorded here. Transfers shows money transfers between users. Transactions displays all admin-initiated balance top-up, such as adding or withdrawing funds or assigning credit as debt. Codes lists all codes the user used to top up their balance. Detailed explanation of the code section will follow later. Login attempts records all login attempts, including IP address details. Action buttons, edit button, allows modification of all user information. Disable button disables the user account. New transaction button. 3 types of transactions are available. 1. Credit adds actual balance to the user. 2. Debit adds balance to the user but marks it as a debt to be repaid later. 3. Withdraw balance from the user. Note: balance values must always be positive. Negative values cannot be used to add balance. Optional notes can be added to any transaction. Close debts button. Withdraw real balance from the user to pay off any outstanding debt. Login as user button allows the admin to log in to a user's account. Orders section. This section displays all orders placed by users. Items button shows all details of the user's order, including the service price, profit, and order status. It also displays the number of successful orders, total order cost, and total profit. Edit Order button allows you to view all details related to the order, such as service cost, sale price, quantity, service type, user information, and actions for the order. You can also respond to the order and change its status. Explanation of order statuses. There are 4 order statuses. 1. Pending. The order amount has been withdrawn from the user's balance, awaiting a response from the admin. 2. Rejected. The order amount is refunded to the user. 3. Success. The order amount is permanently withdrawn from the user's balance. 4. Waiting. Response. This is specific to API-based services. If the status changes from waiting response to any other status, that means that the order is disconnected from the API and manual handle by the admin is required. Note: when changing an order status from success to pending, rejected, or waiting response, the order amount is automatically refunded to the user's balance. Notify button triggers the user's webhook if they have configured it in the User API section. This is used when a user has linked the API from this system to another external system. Reconnect button appears only when an order fails to be sent to the designated API provider. Disconnect button. This button only appears for API-linked services. It manually disconnects the order from the service provider. Recheck button appears only for API-linked services and is used to manually query the order status from the provider. Resend button resends the order to the provider if there was a connection issue during the initial request. Log section contains an archive of all order status changes, whether made by the admin or automatically by the service provider, allowing you to track all updates. Individual orders or order item section. When accessing this section from the sidebar, it automatically filters and displays only pending orders. You can refine the filter to check specific details as needed. API Providers section. This section integrates the system with external systems to automate service requests, execution, and responses. Creating a new API Provider 1. Enter the provider's domain without HTTP or HTTPS. Example, domain.com. 2. Username, the admin username for the provider account. 3. Access, key, the token provided by the provider. 4. Script type, HTD, same as the current system. DHRU, identified by Powered by DHRU Fusion at the bottom of the provider's website. ZDDK, identified by the Technorex label or the website structure. Check response sets the time interval for checking order status, minimum 1 minute. Note: ZDDK domains typically follow this pattern. api.domain.com. Clicking Save starts synchronization and pulls data from the provider. API Management Options 1. API Order Log. Displays all API processed orders with details. 2. Available Categories. Shows all categories provided by the API. Link, All button. Automatically links all services within a category. You can create a new category using the provided name or manually input a custom category name. Alternatively, assign services to pre-existing categories. Services. Button displays individual services in the selected category, allowing manual linking of each service. Linked Services section lists all services in the system that are linked to the current provider. Edit button allows modification of provider information. Disable button disables the provider. Link API Provider button automatically imports all services from the provider into the system. Refresh Data button. Synchronizes with the provider to update service data. Note: all service imports include automatic field mapping without manual input. Services section. All types of services are listed here. Creating a new service fields to fill when creating a service. Allow quantity. If enabled, you can specify the minimum and maximum quantity for this service. If left blank, users can request any quantity. Fixed quantity. Enabling this option forces users to select predefined quantities. Entered into a field and confirmed by pressing Enter. Cost price. The cost or base price of the product. Sell price, the selling price. Note: the displayed price depends on the user's assigned price group as previously explained. Type, the service type, which can be one of the following: 1. Manual 2. Code 3. API. If you choose code, an inventory field appears. This inventory stores codes managed through the Inventory section. You first create a new inventory. Upload the codes and then return to complete the service setup by linking the inventory. Dispatch status. This determines the default order status for new requests. Options include Success. Automatically sets orders to successful upon creation. Pending. The standard default for most services requiring manual review. On quantity finish behavior. Action. Specifies what happens when a service's inventory is consumed. Options include hide the service, disable the service. Auto-respond. Use a pre-configured automatic response from the Auto Replies section, where you define the response name and content. Example: we will check your order status soon. For API-based services, you can choose a provider, category, and the service to link. Editing services. This section allows modifications to service details After creating a service, the admin can define all necessary fields by visiting the Fields tab and adding a new field by specifying its name and type. These fields will later appear as fillable fields for the user when placing an order. In this example, the required fields are serial number and IP, which the user must provide. For API services, all necessary fields are generated automatically. If needed, the admin can reset all fields for an API service by clicking the Reset Fields button, viewing all associated orders, and setting a special price for selected user groups. Special prices override default pricing for users assigned to a specific group. Support tickets. Section users can submit support tickets, which admins respond to directly. Tickets can be closed once the user's issue is resolved. Payment options. Section 1. Manual payments. Payments made via bank transfers or other manual methods. The admin verifies and approves these to automatically top up balance the user's account. 2 USDT TRC20 payments. Tracks all USDT TRC20 top-ups. 3. Payment methods. Allows the admin to configure payment methods, such as adding Visa details, enabling users to complete payments, and submit them for verification in the manual payments section. Website customization. Section 1. Pages. Section. Create custom pages to display on the main website. Creating a page. Fill in the page title and slug URL. What is a slug URL? It is the part of the URL that represents the page name using hyphens between words. Example: Privacy Policy Page. After adding the title, content, and optional slider images, copy the new page link from the yellow box to access the page after creation. Second sliders section. Create and manage sliders to add to pages. 3. Navigation menus. Contains all site navigation menus. Use the copied page URL to create new menu items. Fourth, languages. Section. Activate languages supported by the system. More languages will be added in future updates. 5. Currencies. Section. The default currency is USD. Prices for services are converted to other currencies based on manually set exchange rates. Creating or editing a currency allows users to see approximate service prices in their local currency. Recharge Codes section. This section allows you to create balance recharge codes that users can purchase and use to top up their account balance easily. Creating recharge codes. Specify the quantity and value per code, then click Save. Important! You must copy the codes immediately after creation, as the PIN is only displayed once for security reasons. Agents section. In this section, the admin can create service resellers or personal agents by filling in the required fields with their information. Settings. Section General Settings. You can change the website name, logo, and banner image displayed on the home page. Additionally, you can add custom JavaScript or CSS code to execute across all website pages if needed. Homepage settings. Select the most important categories and services to feature on the home page. Contact settings. Manage the contact information displayed on the support page of the main website. Security settings enable Google reCAPTCHA and configure its required details. New user roles. Set additional default permissions for new users when they first register. Socialite section. This section allows enabling login via various platforms by toggling the relevant button and filling in the required fields. Mailer section contains email settings used to send notifications to customers. Typically, this section is configured by the installation team during setup. WhatsApp section. Configure WhatsApp notifications by filling in the necessary details. Payment Gateway section. Enable USDT TRC20 payments by providing the admin's wallet address and setting the time limit or number of attempts allowed for users to complete a payment.